So I'm Jason. Hello, I'm Jason, and this
I'm
is
Jamie.
Jamie. We're from Washington, D.C. Jamie and I are getting married soon,
3 weeks.
and I'm a lawyer. I'm a few years out of law school. I've been doing immigration work with a small firm in D.C., and I was stuck in place and wasn't getting where I wanted to, and Jamie and I have been talking about me opening my practice, and we've had people urging us to open my practice for a long time, but we were
We've just
lost.
sort of been talking about it and not really getting very far with it and getting kind of frustrated with that process. too.
Extremely frustrated with it. We were completely lost. I had no idea what to do, and frustration and fear. Scared out of our minds. We didn't want to spend any money. We didn't want to lose any money.
We didn't know what to tell our friends. We didn't know what to tell our parents.
We didn't want to invest our time and hearts into it and fall on our faces because we have no idea what we're doing. And I've never opened a law practice, and
I know nothing about law or opening anything.
so we're lost. We're stuck. We're wandering through the desert. And one day, a couple months ago, I heard from a mentor of mine. He said, "Hey, check this guy out. Check out this guy's website, Rjon. And, you know, I've been through it all before. I've checked out people who might be able to help me, who can say they can help me. And I went to the website and I found a lot of different websites. But one of them that I found was criticism, was a blog saying that Rjon's a snake oil salesman, that Rjon promises more than he can actually give you, and that he's, you know, selling you a bridge in Arizona. And that was my first impression. How can this guy promise me that I can open a law firm in 90 days and have a successful practice? And how he doesn't even know who I am. He doesn't know the first thing about me. How can he tell me that he can put me into a program that in 12 weeks is going to have a law firm, my own law firm, up and running and successful? And I went home that night.
You told me about it, and I thought the exact same thing. And I thought this is like the last thing we need to get into. We're going to spend a lot of money on something that probably isn't going to work, and it's money that we don't have. And
it's a get-rich-quick scheme, right? You know, it's like some scheme that, you know, is going to take vulnerable people who are at the end of their leash and who are willing to try anything and promise them the world. And, you know, before you know it, that's just another book on your shelf that didn't actually do what you thought it would.
But then you talked to him on the phone.
I actually made an appointment to talk to Rjon when I was on the website. I had forgotten about it. It was about a week and a half later. It popped back up on my calendar at 10 minutes before the conversation was supposed to happen. And I'm sitting there in a coffee shop, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm just not even gonna answer the phone. And this comes right at 11 o'clock. There it was. I answered the phone, and Rjon started talking to me. He started with where are you now, and where do you want to be? And I thought, well, right now I'm lost. And he said where I want to be. I said, well, I would like to make some money. I want to be a lawyer. You know, and I'd like to have my own practice, I guess, but I don't know how that could happen. And we started talking about how much money I needed to live the way I wanted to live. And we started breaking it down. And then we started talking about how many hours. And I said, in my ideal world, I'd like to work 35 hours a week. And I thought he was going to laugh at me and hang up the phone, because how could anybody ever want to make $350,000 and work 35 hours a week? That's just lunacy, right? That's crazy. Well, by the time the conversation was over, Rjon had got my credit card number, and I was bought into the program. well, Arjon's a great salesman, obviously. That's a given. But he, without totally convincing me, he got me to buy in he got me to buy in for about 5%. Just enough that I was willing to take him up on his 30-day money-back guarantee.
Right. And that night, I got home from work, and I said, "You did what?" But after getting over the money, the first thing that I thought of was just like, okay, at least like somebody is going to be able to help you in some way that I can't help you.
No, but I also said, you know what? I'm going to get my money back at the end of the 30 days. Like, of course I'm going to get my money. I'm going to get all the materials,
like, we'll see how
and
it
I'm going
goes.
to listen in the first 4 weeks, and then I'm going to ask for my money back. Of course. Like, I'm not actually going to spend this money because he can't actually do what he's saying he's going to do.
Right.
And so there we left it. The program.
I knew within the second week that you were not getting your money back.
Well, I tried. I tried to get my money back. After about 3 weeks or so, I sent Rjon a mildly frantic email saying, we've got to talk. He called me back that morning, and I told him this wasn't a good time for us, that we've got too many other things to do.
We just felt like things were going too slow, not because of the class, but because of like where we are in life, and with the wedding, and traveling, and everything happening all at once.
And I'm not sure about. I wasn't sure, and I needed to come to some realization and have some clarity about the whole thing before Rjon could actually do this for me. Again, Rjon resold me.
Well, because you started talking about the masterminds.
Because we started talking about the mastermind.
And you said, and every time you talked to Rjon on the phone, you would say, Jamie, we are so similar, and there's something about when I talk to him that he really knows how to make me feel positive about everything. And so I wanted to see the magic of Rjon.
We cut to the chase. And Rjon was able to see right through what is very clearly now I recognize as just fear and wanting to turn back to my comfort zone with that telephone call. And by quitting on the program, I just would have been able to turn back to what I know and gone back to our lives, which aren't, what we want by any means, but it's what we know, and so it's comfortable. And Rjon was able to cut through that, very quickly. And, from there, it's only been a couple of months, but now we're here at the end of a mastermind weekend, and I'm 100% bought it. I believe because they've, Rjon and Allie have helped me understand.
The rest of the mastermind group.
Yeah, the whole group. I mean, the whole process. I'm a believer now. I see it. I believe it can happen, and I can see how it's going to happen.
And meeting other people that had similar problems and worked them out through masterminding made me feel okay with our situation and feel like we actually had a plan, which we didn't have before. And it took Jason hearing it from other people and not just me for it to actually mean something, because even though you love me very much, sometimes you need to hear it from other people. So.
You do need to hear it from other people, and you need to hear it from other people who are in the same situation as you are. Other similarly situated people who are stuck in their practice, who are stuck in their lives, who don't know the way out and don't see the light.
Hearing it from the frustrated fiance who just is like ready for some income is something, but it's not the right thing. So.
But I'm energized now in a way that I haven't felt in years, because that the light at the tunnel. Yeah, we have a plan. We have a plan.
And what is that you believe now?
Well, I believe that Jamie and I together can make the life that we want. That we're not victims of circumstance, of a bad economy, that we don't have to compromise our what we want for ourselves to be something that we're not. That we don't have to change who we are or what we want to be to fit into somebody else's world.
Right. And our value is worth something.
Yeah. And so our goal of working hard, of making a lot of money, of being
But now we're
not working too hard, but making a contribution, making change in the world that we want to see,
and being passionate about what we do.
Being passionate and building the life that we want. We can do this. We can do this, and we don't have to compromise a single thing to do it. And in fact, it's by not compromising that we are going to do it.
And what is your experience in the program? How is it to be in the program?
The program, the Start a Law Firm in 90-day program is now an everyday experience. You know, every day I'm sitting down with the written materials. And every few days I'm listening to the calls. And it's on my mind all the time. And I'm doing the homework, and I'm, actually busying myself with the process. I've struggled through the first 8 weeks just to define my niche, just to define where I'm at. And in fact, this mastermind's helped me change that and realize that part of the reason that I'm having a hard time doing the homework and that it's taking me longer and more time to actually do some of these things is probably because I didn't have my niche right.
And every week it was a different niche.
Right.
Every week you were chiseling away at what you wanted it to be. And it wasn't until after you talked to Rjon, I think, right, that you came up with this.
Well, it's the mastermind. Yeah, here at the mastermind. And so, the program again is it's supportive. It's open. The call. I'm talking about the calls. There's a group on there that you get to know, at least over the telephone. The group is active on the message board, so you get to see some of their personality and hear a little bit more about them. It's a very safe environment to ask whatever question you want to, or challenge whatever issue you want to challenge. And I could see it being helpful for people at all different stages. Like me, somebody who's never run a law practice, who doesn't even know I don't even know what I wanted when I started, and I'm still figuring that out. It's helpful. And there are people on the program who've been running practices for 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 or 25 or 30 years. And everybody takes out their little bit. But for me, for someone who was skeptical, who didn't believe, who has never had anybody tell him, no one's ever told me before I met Rjon that I can do this, that this is an achievable goal for me, that I can open my own practice and be successful and build it into the thing I want it to be,
and show you the blueprint,
and show me how each step of the way that I can do it. That 90-day program lays it out. It's easier than you ever imagined.
Yeah, we're leaving a lot happier than we came, that's for sure. Much better plan.
It couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, we're starting.
We were very ready.
We're starting our new life together, and we're building our business together. That's going to support us and our family for the rest of our lives. Thank you, Rjon. Thank you, Allie.
Thank you.
Thank you.